what got me to CG Pro was I hadn't seen a filmmaking course in Unreal. They were all coding and blueprints and all those things, which at the time I was like, I don't really want to do that. I want to be in cinematics. Coming from acting, I was excited just to be on the mocap stage. So I needed something that kind of was like a fire under my ass, where it'd be like, hey, you have a project, you have a due date. I also wanted something that would show up on a resume. I had an idea of a short film I wanted to make going into the class. And within the first day, I realized it was out of scope. I wanted something that I knew I could complete, but what I made in 8 weeks without ever touching sequencer, I'm proud of what I made. Having that just be like, wow, I finally have purpose. Like I just needed that. And so I think the class gave me that self-confidence. Yes, it was expensive, but I wanted to take myself seriously. After the class, I was like, oh man, like I could never have gotten this amount of self-confidence and help from YouTube tutorials, whatever. People were there if I had questions. I was there for myself to answer some of my own questions. It gave me the confidence to even, without even looking up a tutorial, I would be like, you know what, I'm gonna give myself 30 minutes. I'm gonna see if I can figure it out. And most of the time, I was able to find it on my own, which I don't think I would have done. Like if I just was using YouTube, it would have been to search away, but I think it was something, it gave me that motivation to learn and actually like challenge myself. So the filmmaking class gave me the confidence to build films and like really put out my ideas. The game design course even gave me more like self-confidence in knowing that I can tell a story through a game, that I now have the ability to at least create a simplified version of any idea that I have in my brain. The community is fantastic. The amount of support from the teachers, from fellow students, from Ed, Jackie, everyone's there to just support each other and raise each other up. And I definitely appreciated that. It's good to have someone, especially teaching you, that you feel is on your side rather than just teaching at you. They were like kind of things where I was like, I don't think you could search them up or find them on the internet. It was like real pieces of advice from a professional who was not gatekeeping. It was the kind of info where I was like, this is for someone who's way more experienced to know, but he was like, okay, sharing that. And so I was very grateful for those kind of pieces of advice. There was a lot of them throughout, but that's what really made it special. But like even reading through people's chats and seeing like everyone helping each other out and just kind of being there for each other, that was heartwarming. And the teachers being there. I mean, like if I asked a question, like Franco, Daniel, they were like right on it. They were there. Within like 15 minutes, I'd have a response. With CG Pro, I had people tell me like, it's like, oh no, this is something you could put on your portfolio and you could possibly get a job. Or it's like, this is something that's very close, but like you should change X, Y, and Z, and then it's ready for the portfolio. Like it was that kind of honesty where I wouldn't have had that in my life without the community. It expanded my skill set, but it also expanded my capacity to learn within Unreal, because now that I know, I mean, very quickly learned the basics of Unreal, both for filmmaking, so it's like the basics of sequencer and then the basics of blueprints in the game design course. Then it just kind of opened up everything. The filmmaking course is a fantastic starting place, just for, I mean, for anyone. I mean, it depends, obviously, if you want to learn blueprints and stuff, but filmmaking, because it gets you introduced to the school. And then also, like, I mean, you have lighting, landscapes, foliage, animation, character, all that stuff. If you can learn all those things, then going into blueprints or something, I mean, it just makes it so much more fun, because then I was like, oh, now I can, that character that I learned how to animate and to put into the world, and that landscape and the lighting and all that, now I know how to run around it. Like that was super fun for me. Without CG Pro, I wouldn't be as motivated to create my own projects. I wouldn't be coming home every day and working on Unreal. Right now, it's like, no, this is what I want to do. And that was because of CG Pro, because I had, in all honesty, I think it's because it was the first time in a long time where I've created and finished a product or a project. If I can just create it and like 8 weeks later have that short film, I don't know. It was just, that was something that I hadn't done in a very long time. I mean, I could have maybe found it elsewhere, somewhere, but I found it so quickly with CG Pro. Yeah, I would definitely recommend CG Pro to other people.